Are you sick and tired of dying in the Corrupted Gauntlet? Are you over getting frustrated because you can't find any of those bloody resources? Are you fed up having to remember where all the demi-bosses are every single run? Well, if you answered yes, today's your lucky day, my friend, because I'm going to be showing off 3 RuneLite plugins that are going to be cooking Huntless more than your nan cooks a chicken on a Sunday. Trust me when I say that these plugins have the noob seal of approval, because I really did suck at learning the Corrupted Gauntlet when I first started. But these legendary plugins did make the fight and the grind just that much more easier and more enjoyable. Now, I don't want to XP waste you guys any longer than I have to, so let's just jump straight into the plugins that we're going to be using to put Corrupted Gauntlet on friggin' easy mode, baby. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here are the 3 plugins I am currently using to make the Corrupted Gauntlet piss bloody easy. The Gauntlet map, the Gauntlet minimap, and the Gauntlet. So those are the 3 plugins. I am going to explain them a little bit as to why we are using said plugin. But if you just wanted to know what the 3 plugins were so you can just piss off and stop wasting XP, there you go, there's 3 plugins, and then you can, set them up yourself however you want to, yada, yada, yada. So the Gauntlet map is very, very handy. This is going to put a map bang spank in the middle of your screen at the top here. And it is going to show you the whole map overlay, so you don't have to waste time by looking at your map every 2 seconds. You get that information readily available in front of your face, and then you can just know where you need to go without having to keep opening the map, which does waste a lot more of your time. So this just pops the map overlay on your screen. It highlights where the demi-boss locations are. You can put that on. I highly recommend you do. And then I also have the resource display option. So when you are scouting rooms, any of the fish and any of the herbs that you find will be put on that map overlay in the middle of your screen. Now, this might not seem like a lot, but when you're on the other side of the fucking map trying to gather your resource, it is nice to know where the other fish and where the other herbs are if you have already scouted them. Now, moving on over to the Gauntlet minimap. Now, I don't think you necessarily need this plugin. I feel like it helps a lot when you're trying to learn the Corrupted Gauntlet. Basically, what the Gauntlet minimap does is it just updates your previous minimap for the Gauntlet. So whenever you open up a room, you scout a room, you turn the lights on, it will show you all the resource symbols and all the various other symbols on your mini map to let you know what is in that room without you even having to look into the room itself. So if you are someone that wants just even more information readily available to you, the Gauntlet minimap definitely helped me when I was learning, but I feel like I don't even really look in my minimap anymore because of the Gauntlet map overlay anyway. It's really up to you if you want to use the Gauntlet minimap. I thought I'd just throw it in here anyway because it still did help me out when I was learning the Corrupted Gauntlet. And then last but not least, and arguably the best plugin for the Corrupted Gauntlet is, would you believe it, the Gauntlet plugin. This plugin for me was an absolute game changer when someone finally showed me how to set it up correctly. So we'll start off with the resource tracking. So for instance, when I am running Corrupted Gauntlet, I'm always going to be running tier 2 armor. So for tier 2 armor, I'm going to want 7 ore, 7 bark, and 7 cotton. If you want tier 1, you can change this. You will want 3 ore, and then if you want tier 3, you're going to want 13 ore. So for tier 2, it's a 777. I only want 2 of the herbs because my prayer level is quite high. 2 of the potions are more than enough. You only need 2 weapon frames. I've got 16 paddlefish, and then you can also put your crystal shards in here as well. I just put 450. I actually don't know how many crystal shards you fully need to just make all the tier 2 armor and all the upgrades, but 450, I think that should be more than enough. And then you can also set the bowstring and the spike and the orb if you also want them on the overlay. There will be an overlay here letting you know how many resources you have left to collect. And then you can also put it in decrement and increment, which means decrement means that you have 7, it will go down to 1, and then increment means you start at 1 and it will go up to 7. So that's just personal preference. I personally like the decrement. It just looks a lot nicer. It just helps my brain work stuff out a lot faster. So that is basically the resource tracking in a nutshell. But of course, this plugin's awesomeness does not stop there, because we also have the resource overlay, which is arguably one of my favorite features about this plugin. So what this little feature does is it's going to overlay all the resources in the Gauntlet and the Corrupted Gauntlet map with an associated color. So for ore deposits, they're going to be overlaid red. For the roots, they're going to be green. The cotton's going to be white. The herbs are going to be yellow, and the fishing spots are going to be blue. The best thing about these colors is they make a lot of sense to what they're associated to. So now while you're scouting out all your resources, as soon as you go into a brand new room, you turn the lights on, and you see red and green, you're immediately going to know, without even activating a single neuron in your brain, that the red is the ore and the green is the root. And if you're looking for those resources, hallelujah, collect them up and then move on to the next rune. For me personally, the resource overlay tremendously speeds up my resource gathering stages throughout the Corrupted Gauntlet. And since you don't really have a lot of time to spare, saving as much time as possible can make a really big difference. And the resource overlay definitely makes a very big difference. And then the next section, and this section is goated. This is the section of the plugin that took me from 0 to hero, made Huntleth my bitch, Corrupted Gauntlet put on easy mode. This is the little plugin section that did exactly that. If you're like me and you're having trouble with the tornado phase because Huntleth shoots it out every fucking 2 seconds, put the true tile on for the tornado. What this is going to do is it's going to put a little block on the tornado and it's going to show you their true tile. Now, you're probably like, well, why do I need to know the true tile of the tornado, Aussie? I can just use my fucking eyeballs. Well, the little tornadoes that Huntleth shoots out are actually always in front of their true tile. So their true tile will always be sitting behind them. So the true tile is going to make you an absolute god at dodging those tornadoes, trust me. I have got this set to yellow. I don't know if it's preset to yellow. Yellow's pretty good because it does have good contrast over red. You're going to see it very easily over the top of red. So that's why I have got it as yellow. And then the next really good feature about the Huntleth section is the outline Huntleth tile. Now, a lot of people on my stream were trying to help me get this set up and we just really couldn't work out why it wasn't working, but we did figure it out. And you just want to go ahead and you want to turn off NPC indicators because you're probably going to have highlight true tile on NPC indicator. You want to turn that off and then the gauntlet Huntleth tile will work. So if you want the Huntleth tile to work, make sure your NPC indicator is turned off and then this should work. A lot of people told me to just have this on, but I think inverted is the main way you want to have this set up. And the main reason for that is when Huntleth is praying magic, he's going to have a green square around him to let you know that, hey, he's praying magic, you need to use range. And then if he is praying range, he's going to have a blue box around him letting you know, hey, idiot, he's praying range, switch to magic, that's how you're going to do damage. So you can have this on if you want, but I feel like inverted just gives you that information instantaneously. You don't even have to think. You just look at the pretty colors and your brain instantly knows what that color is associated to. Okay guys, so hopefully I explained everything well enough. I did my best. My brain was absolutely melting trying to explain this plugin. I don't know why. I obviously didn't think about it hard enough, or I'm still half asleep. I don't know. And that is basically it for the video, guys. These are the 3 plugins I have used to put Corrupted Gauntlet on bloody easy mode, and you can too if you download these 3 plugins and set them up exactly how I showed you. And also let me know down in the comment section below, are you using these 3 plugins? And if so, did they make a monumental difference in your Corrupted Gauntlet grinds? Because they sure did for me, but I'm also keen to hear your guys' thoughts. So appreciate the love and support as always, gamers, and until next time, stay safe, peace out.